We have all experienced criminals in one way or another. Criminals, as we know, are those who choose personal gain over the rights of others and have no regard for the law. But here is where you need to expand your thinking. Criminals can also succeed in business and politics, and can be elected as our leaders. If a criminal became the president, imagine what they could achieve. They could use the full weight of their executive power to commit much larger crimes, and ensure they and their friends were enriched to the fullest extent possible. A criminal president could create alliances with other criminal presidents, and then collaborate on more global criminal activities. Anything goes. Drug running, human trafficking, whatever makes the big bucks.
So this Russia collusion hoax, it is shaping up to be a shitstorm of accountability. Doesn't look like Obama's going to slide on this. Trump's entire team, they're all out there repeating treason. And a lawyer, I heard her say, like, you would not be repeating treason like this unless you had the strongest of cases for it. And you got Obama, dude. I don't think he's going to skate because he's lawyering up. And not only is he lawyering up, he has got his team out there all across the country retaining lawyers all over. Evidently fucking hundreds of them. And if you don't know that little scam, like, you retain a bunch of lawyers and then there's a conflict of interest that's created, so like other people can't use that lawyer team against you. But I just heard a lawyer explain, like, this isn't against the prosecution. What that probably is Obama tying up these lawyers so that his co-conspirators can't use those lawyers against him if they intend to roll over on him. Clappers on CNN, pissing his pants, says he's lawyered up. I mean, he's shaking, voice cracking. That dude he's like, I expect to be arrested. Like, that's great news. And it's like, Dan Bongino, his cryptic shit about, like, this has shaken me to the core. That could be a fucking whole lot of things. But what is most telling is, like, this is probably not the Democrats alone. A lot of you have forgotten, like, the Republican Party in round one was just as hard against Trump as the fucking Democrats were. And this whole Russia collusion hoax, it all stems from the creation of that Steele dossier. And everybody thinks that starts with Hillary Clinton. Oh, no. Oh, no, it does not. Ted Cruz is the inception of the Steele dossier. He is the first one to pay Christopher Steele for that shit. And then Hillary Clinton picks it up after Ted Cruz figures, like, you know, ain't gonna fucking run it. You remember that shit when he ran against Donald Trump? Remember Lying Ted? Tucker's hung him out. This is going to be the last nail in the coffin for that rhino neocon twat waffle. Like, suck it, Ted Cruz. Texas, send him packing. Like, this is just all over the board. Fucking awesome. CIA Director John Ratcliffe, he's out there and he's saying that statute of limitations isn't going to apply here because that clock doesn't start clicking on statute of limitations until your last statement about the lie. And he's like, they've been out there even this weekend still perpetuating the same fucking bullshit, dude. They just can't get out of their own way. It's like they don't even understand how the fucking rules work. People, prepare yourselves to learn some shit, because this could be my wet dream for this, honestly, is like that scene from Batman where they just go out and arrest everybody all at once. Like, it's no trickle, but just like arrest the entirety of the uniparty and just get them all at once. That'd be fucking, how epic would that shit be? Trump, alls we want some accountability, sir. Bring it home. To the rest of you, good luck to you. Long live this beautiful republic. Oh, today is the day Hillary Clinton regrets making an enemy out of Tulsi Gabbard. Probably shouldn't have called her a Russian agent. No. Tulsi just went on Benny Johnson's show and says that Hillary Clinton colluded with a foreign intelligence agency to undermine the 2016 election. That's called treason, bitch. Oh, and Tulsi didn't stop there. Published all of the smoking gun emails in their own words right on the CIA's website. Chuck Grassley has them, says they're going to hold congressional hearings, drag them in, throw them in front of Congress under fucking threat of perjury. Oh, yeah, and guess what? Because Obama has presidential immunity, he cannot take the fifth. So it's either bend and roll, burn them down. How this goes? Oh, this is gonna be epic shit show at its fucking best, people. And like, you wonder, like, are these fucking deep state fucks and the Democrats just such fucking criminals? Are they fucking idiots? Do they not know that they just left this evidence just laying around? I mean, I thought Hillary was the master of bleach bit and smashing fucking servers. Where were you at on that one, Hillary? Well, they also pointed out that a lot of this should have been alerted to Trump during his first term in his presidential daily briefings from the intelligence agencies. So people within Trump's first term cabinet, they're also fucking somehow guilty in all of this shit. Oh my God, I can't wait for the finger pointing to start. Who's gonna roll on who first? Oh, this is what we've all been waiting for. Let the fireworks begin while the fucking rats start jumping ship and pointing fingers. Here we go. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. These are good days. Good luck to you all. Long live the Republic.
Can you frame this for us? What are we about to see?
Yeah, so two things, and there's still a lot of internal undermining within the CIA. That has to end. The exposure, though, that I think we're about to see is additional exposure of the current evidence that we are seeing with the undermining in the 2016-2017 timeframe. And I think the big one that's going to come out, and I think it's going to be even worse, is 2020. So 2020 was the coup, as I've said very bluntly. The plan initially was Obama, Hillary, but that got stopped by Trump, right, and the American people. And so then they had to figure out how to do it again. And the real coup was 2020. And I think that, I wouldn't expect something in the next 24 hours, because I think that there's some machinations going on inside of the government right now. But I think a lot of what we're going to learn in leading up to 2020 is the coup. And remember, President Trump was the president at that time, right? The 51 it's intel and defense advisors that signed the Hunter Biden letter. I mean, that's public now. There's a lot of other things that are not public that led up to 2020 that led to the coup and the rigged election where Uncle Joe became the president of the United States. And God, look at what we're learning about the auto pen, right? So more to come. That's where I think, if you want to put a finger on what's next, it's that.
Wow. So that would be, President Trump wasn't necessarily in power. He was the president-elect. But you're talking about the 2020 election where it's sedition against the actual elected president in office.
Exactly.
That's bombshell, General.
It really is. To me, that's everything that happened to me and to Trump and to the country, we're now seeing that. Now it's how they then decided, once they couldn't get him to get out, 25th Amendment or whatever, or just to say, screw it, Pence, you can have it. When they couldn't do that, they had to figure out another way to do it. And the 2020 election is going to be, I think, the real revelation that we as the world and then certainly the American people are going to see. And to me, that is going to then allow President Trump to make some decisions about how our elections will be conducted. That's the real story here.
Fascinating. So they're going to use this then as a predicate. He's already signed the executive order to secure the elections. They're going to use this as an example of how subterfuge can happen from inside of the system to rig elections against presidents.
Absolutely. And that's not just here in the United States of America. That's worldwide.
It was a coup to overthrow a democratically elected government, a coup carried out by the intelligence apparatus of this country, by the deep state, by Hillary Clinton and the Democrat Party. It meets all of the criminal elements of a seditious conspiracy against the United States. It meets the criminal elements of an insurrection. It meets the criminal elements of a conspiracy against the government and the criminal elements of a conspiracy to deprive citizens of their civil rights under color of law. One egregious felony after another. Because it is a conspiracy, every single individual actor is now part of that conspiracy. So that includes Brennan and Clapper and Comey and Hillary and Schiff and everybody else. If we continue to create the impression and the reality that there is not a severe criminal penalty for such conduct, it will never stop. We can't have that. There must be consequences. It was it.
What's up, fam? Man, I feel like I haven't talked to you all forever. Listen, the Q board. Oh, wow. It is coming to life more than ever. I'm going to show you guys some examples here, but, you know, one thing I just want to say is be very careful who you follow and who you get your information from. I was putting a show together, and I just dodged an absolute bullet. I'm going to explain more on my show today at 3 o'clock Eastern. You guys know, if you're new here, we have a show every day at 3 o'clock Eastern, and then sometimes at night we follow it up. But, guys, check this out. We got Chuck Grassley. Remember Grassley? Well, he sure is communicating through the Q board. You see the bottom there? It says transparency brings accountability. Check this out. First, just remember that Q told us that we need to trust Grassley. Okay, this was 5-6 years ago. Didn't that first picture I showed, didn't that say transparency brings accountability? Oh yeah, this is put out in 2020, which is 5 years ago. And it says at the bottom, transparency brings accountability. Probably just a coincidence, right? Hold on. Now this one right here, this was put out in 2020, and Q dropped this on the server and the board, and it says American coup d'etat. It has all these corrupt, evil people. And then below it, which is cut off, it said that this will have to be a very, very much larger picture once it's all said and done. But here's what's crazy. Just the other day, yours truly, Donald Trump, has a Substack, and he drops this picture on his Truth Social. What are the odds, man? 5 years later, Donald Trump puts a picture up that happens to be the one on the Q board. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's undeniable at this point. Hold on. I just want to say this, that if you truly don't understand the 16-year plan that they had to absolutely destroy America, man, one, you can get on the Q board and it will tell you all about it. But us conspiracy theorists, us anons, the people that have been researching this since 2018-17, we were right. We were right about everything. Maybe not everything, but we were right. There was a plan to destroy this country. There was a plan to put all of you and all of us in camps. And like I've said 100 times, guillotines were ready, plastic coffins were ready, bugs were prepared for us to eat. And thanks to Q, the Alliance, Trump, and our Heavenly Father, God, that didn't happen. So I highly encourage everyone, start digging into the Q board. Start looking into it. It's amazing.